Dare to venture down Bizarre Boulevard, a realm of mysterious creatures and strange occurrences that defies the boundaries of reality. No matter which path you choose, remember that all roads eventually lead to this chilling and enigmatic destination.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Bizarre Boulevard. Please visit our website at bizarreboulevard.com. Today's episode is about the House of Bones. In the quiet town of Mount Washington, an unsettling discovery sent shivers down the spines of its inhabitants. The Federal Bureau of Investigation had unearthed a horrifying secret that would soon grip the entire nation in fear. Inside the home of James Knott, a seemingly ordinary resident, stolen human remains were found, transformed into grotesque decorations. The implications of this macabre find extended far beyond the chilling scene itself, raising alarming questions about the illicit trade of human remains. It all began when the FBI received a tip-off regarding Knott's suspicious activities. Armed with a search warrant, they descended upon his home, unaware of the horrors that awaited them within. As they stepped over the threshold, a stench of decay greeted their senses. The investigators cautiously ventured further, their footsteps muffled by a foreboding silence that seemed to permeate the air. What they discovered inside would forever haunt their nightmares. Dozens of human skulls, once entrusted to the sanctity of burial grounds, now adorned the walls and shelves of Knott's residence. The remains of forgotten souls were not just stored away, they were callously put on display, arranged as ghoulish decorations that defied all sense of decency. Even the most seasoned investigators, hardened by years of confronting the darkest aspects of humanity, recoiled in horror at the sight before them. James Knott, the man responsible for this heinous spectacle, remained an enigma. Little was known about his background or the twisted motivations that drove him to exploit human remains in such a diabolical manner. However, his involvement in a nationwide human remains trafficking ring, which had now been brought to light, left no doubt that he was a significant figure in a much larger and more sinister operation. The investigators pressed forward, delving into Knott's past in hopes of unearthing his connection to this illicit trade and the chilling rationale behind his horrifying display. Inside Knott's house, the scene was reminiscent of a horror movie set. Approximately 40 human skulls, accompanied by spinal cords, femurs, and hip bones, had been transformed into a macabre exhibition that defied comprehension. This grotesque tableau held a dark power, seeping into the souls of all those connected to the case. The shock and revulsion it instilled in them echoed throughout the nation, triggering a collective wave of indignation and disgust. As the FBI's investigation unfolded, the true extent of this horror story became apparent. James Knott was not acting alone. He was just a cog in the machinery of a nationwide human remains trafficking ring. The stolen bones, often sourced from medical institutions or pilfered from graves, were part of a sinister trade that thrived in the shadows of society. With the discovery of Knott's decorations, law enforcement agencies launched a massive crackdown, determined to dismantle this insidious network of death. But the case took an unexpected turn when a link to Harvard Medical School emerged. Some of the stolen human remains traced their origins back to this prestigious institution, casting a pall of scandal over the respected name. The connection to Harvard deepened the mystery, raising troubling questions about the security and ethical handling of human remains within medical establishments. The revelation sent shockwaves through the academic and medical communities, tarnishing the institution's reputation and fueling demands for stricter oversight. The legal implications of this horrifying affair were significant. Trafficking in human remains was a grave offense, carrying severe penalties for those found guilty. James Knott, if convicted, would face the full force of the law. However, the case also highlighted the loopholes in existing legislation concerning the possession and display of human remains. Legal experts called for more stringent regulations and harsher penalties to deter future acts of such horrifying nature. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Bizarre Boulevard. And remember, no matter which path you choose, no matter how far you stray, remember, you will eventually find yourself on Bizarre Boulevard.